Now, what I was going to do here today, first, I'm just going to do my usual welcome, everybody. It's Monday. Oh, we got some more joining us here. It's Monday, April 12th, so we're almost halfway through April. Hello, Matt. How you doing? And I see Jody joined us there. If she can bump in there and put a hello or a greeting in the chat. We have a few others joining us here soon. But yeah, we're here. We're going to have a Zoom today, and we're going to have one Thursday. There will not be a Zoom tomorrow because of testing. I'll be working at testing, and we don't really, this class doesn't do one on Wednesday or Friday. So instead of a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday Zoom this week, we're just having Monday and Thursday. Okay. So this is Monday Zoom. Yep. Hello, Jody and Matt and Sarita and Hanson. Let's see if anyone else joined us here. Colin's joining us. Hello, Colin. How you doing? And Colin, if you can go into the chat and put a hello. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do here, I am recording. Yep. Thank you, Colin. I'm going to go to Google Classroom and talk about what's going on, where we're at, what's going on, all that kind of stuff. Okay. So what we've been doing lately is basically multimedia presentations. Now, what do I mean by a multimedia presentation? That's where you're going to give a presentation and you're going to have text. You're going to have maybe pictures. You might have graphs. You could put it with video clips, even though we're not going to do that this year. You could do it with sound effects or other sounds or narration, or just talk live if you're giving the presentation. So we're focusing on presentations. Now, within that realm of presentations, we're doing a couple of things. We're looking at how to give a good presentation or how to make a nice PowerPoint. So we're looking at videos about that kind of stuff. And we're also looking at PowerPoint itself. Now, we did the intro to PowerPoint, the first assignment here, where it was really, really easy. You just had to make let's see, I'm going to scroll this up here a little bit. Basically, you made something that looks like this. So PowerPoint slides, just like Google Slides, are really easy to make. I recommend using the full version of PowerPoint, which you have on your school computers. And you just open it up, make a new one, and then you just got slides. That's all it is. Now, this is a PDF, so this isn't literally in PowerPoint at this point. Okay, but this first one we did was something like this. The topics we were doing for this practice one was all about how to make a good presentation. Okay, so you learn about making a good presentation while actually making a presentation. Then you're supposed to be creative to look around for some interesting pictures to go with it. So if you're going to do one about interest, you could do like a Google search for images and do it like interest or someone looking interested or someone smiling or someone looking excited. You do things like that. And then you find whatever picture you think might get the viewer's attention that goes with that topic. So here's Will Ferrell in his elf outfit looking interested. Then this one here, know your topic. Now, I remember when I made this, I literally looked up like somebody working at their computer. Now, it didn't necessarily mean that they knew their topic. I have no idea if this person knows their topic, but it looks like they're doing research and making sure that they understand it. So, what I envisioned this one here was you'd have a picture of a person, you know, doing research as if they're learning about a topic. Now, after you make your first slide, all the other slides, unless you change to a custom setup, are going to have an area for a title up here and then an area for a bulleted list. And there was a handout PDF that went with this one here that told you what to put on each slide. You can pick a background layout. I asked you to mix up the colors a bit so you can change the colors, like this one goes to red over here. And you can use use PowerPoint and then look up pictures and stuff. You can use whatever background you like, a theme. You can make custom backgrounds. They're not hard to do. And then now in some cases you can try stuff like this out. And there are tutorials, both the ones I shared and you get all kinds of them out there. So you can go find your own. And quite frankly, once you start clicking around, looking at the menus and everything, you could probably figure out most of PowerPoint on your own. It's got a lot of similarities to Word. So I'm not going to go through everything in this first one here, but there's information there in your first PowerPoint. When you go to submit a PowerPoint, okay, what I want you to do is to upload the file. Don't try to do a link from your was it Microsoft OneDrive? Literally, like if you have it in OneDrive, save there, do a save a copy to your desktop or save as or save a copy. Then once you got a copy on your desktop, then upload that to the assignment. So that was for PowerPoint 1. Now we're going to fast forward to where we are right now, and that's PowerPoint 2. Now, PowerPoint 2, okay, here it is right here. Oh, that's PowerPoint 1. Sorry about that. Here it is. This is the one you make about yourself. So this is going to be the easiest PowerPoint ever as far as content because you know about yourself. What did I do here? I left you with, I have guidelines up here you can read about. There's an example. A PPSX is where it's going to run like a show, but no one else can edit it. Here's a PDF of one. Here's the guidelines. Here's a 4-minute video about using themes, the backgrounds in PowerPoint 2016 for Windows. Here's a 23-minute beginner guide to Microsoft PowerPoint for Windows. And here's 5 minutes on animating text. Okay, it's all pretty easy stuff. Now, what are you going to be making? You're going to be making something like this. Okay, I want you to be creative with it. I want you to have some fun with it. You can use personal pictures. You don't have to use personal pictures. You can just use pictures you find on the web. But each topic, like this one here, this person did their family. There's a handout that goes with this, and they put information. Now they use a background picture and a few other pictures put on top of it. This person here put their hobbies and interest. Now you can tell by looking at this, they put them up here too. They play softball, they swim. That's probably their softball team. We don't see any swimming pictures here. They watch Harper Creek Varsity Baseball and Detroit Tigers. Making cakes. So I'm guessing this is a cake here. And racing at the Kalamazoo Speedway. So I'm guessing this is a picture of the Kalamazoo Speedway. Now, to put a background picture, there's a couple ways that can be done. They have an option to insert backgrounds. It's in the tutorials. You can also just drag it on there and drag it bigger and put everything else on top. You can arrange it where you send pictures to the back. You don't have to do one this fancy. You can just put your text in a bulleted list, put your title, and just bring up a couple of images. When you find images, when you download them to your desktop, you can literally just drag them right out here and put them on top here. Okay, this student used a lot of background images. When we're in class, I show people how to do that. It is in your tutorials, but if you can't figure out how to do that, you can just put the images on there. Now, if you're doing one for movies, you can just bring out little clips from or little pictures from your favorite movies. And I'm not going to go through all of them that much because you're welcome to do that on your own. But you're going to make one about yourself. The information's all there. It's not hard. And I hope everyone can do that. Okay. Now, I've talked about PowerPoint before. That was kind of just a little bit of a refresher. I'm going to open up PowerPoint itself if I can. Let me give this one a try. Okay, I'm in the Mac version of PowerPoint, but I have a feeling it's quite similar. I'm in right now where you can open a blank presentation, set a background, or whatever. I'm going to just double click blank presentation. Okay, hopefully you guys can still see this. Maybe you can't. I'm going to try sharing this here. Okay. So this is when you first open one up, you can start looking around. When you're in the home tab, now I'm on the Mac version, but I assume the Windows version is fairly similar. By default, brings up a title slide here and a place for your name. And then I'm going to take you through how to do a couple of things. First of all, they got insert here. We're not inserting anything right now. They got draw, design, layout, reset section. When you're not sure about anything, you can just click up here and start going through different menus. A lot of it's going to look similar to Microsoft Word. Okay. So for this first one here, I'm going to pick a theme first. Where do I do themes? I could have done that. Oh, here they are over here. I'm blocking myself here from this here. These are all pre-made backdrops. Now, most of you are not going to be that knowledgeable about doing custom backgrounds, and we're not meeting in person. So I'm not going to require that you do a custom background unless you can figure it out. They're actually pretty easy to do. I'd like you to do custom backgrounds, but that's easier said than done. Now, you don't necessarily have to use a theme either. You could start with a blank one. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to click here. Now, for a lot of people, put for the title, it'd be like the story of my life or all about me or something like that. Okay, I put by Mr. Rio. Now that looks pretty lame right there. Okay, now this is where I can go to insert some pictures. Okay, I'm going to go to insert and I'm going to go to picture and I'm going to do picture from file. So that means I have a file somewhere with pictures on it. Now I'm going to look around here and see what pictures I might have available. Okay. Okay, I brought in this picture here from Prague. Now, why was that? That's just a place I like. It's that simple. Now I click this, and some of you are saying, Mr. Rio, that's blocking all your text. Now that's where you start trying to figure out how do I move this behind my text. So I look up here. Let's see, we got height, alignment. Okay, they got something here called send backward. I'm going to click that. Now my text appeared there for one, but not for the other. So I'm going to pull this down. I'm going to go send to back. That's going to send it all the way to the back. Now you can see this here better. Now this here, I can highlight this because this should be a review for you guys. I can give it a different color. I can give it a different font style. Okay, now I got this here. I don't need such a big text box. I can make my text box a little smaller. I can drag this up here. Somehow it didn't type there, so I'm going to fix this. The story of my life. I'm going to click here and hit return. So now I get more like this here. Whoops. Okay, my name's here someplace. There it is. Okay, I'm going to give this here a color. I'm going to drag it up there. Okay, so that's just one example there. And where do you get your pictures from? You get them from the web. You can download them. You should know how to do that. I'll demonstrate that here in just a moment. So you just go through, and let's say I'm gonna go get a picture now. That's why I clicked out of that. I'm gonna open up Google. Now, before I share it with you, I wanted to do the search to there first. Okay, I'll show you what I'm searching for here. Okay, so this year I already did the Google search. I did Harper Creek High School and I clicked on images because I work at Harper Creek High School. So I definitely would like a photo of Harper Creek High School. So I can go to any of these photos here that I want to use. Okay, say I want to use this one right here. I clicked it once. I'm going to do a right click right there and go to Save Image As. That's going to bring up a dialog box on the Mac and the Windows. It might look a little bit different. I'm going to name that HCHS 2021. I'm going to save it to the desktop. Now I'm going to stop sharing this. I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint. I'm back in PowerPoint now. How do I make a next slide? This is my title slide. So if I go up here, let's see what we can do here. Let's click Insert. There's new slide there. Now, if I don't do anything, I just click it, it's going to give me the next type of layout. So I'm going to just click on it. Now I'm going to click up here. I'm going to put, now this may not be the same category you guys got, but I'll just make this a special category for practice. So I put some text there. I am a teacher. I have taught for 27 years. I started at Harper Creek. When I was, not when I was in 2000. I teach, and I'll just pretend that I put that in there. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm going to click on okay here. Whoops, I clicked on the wrong thing here. Now here's a little trick I can do. I can do insert. Let's see, did I find my Harper Creek picture here? Okay, here's a little trick. I'm literally just going to drag it onto there. Look at that. It was that simple. It literally just dragged it onto there. I'm going to resize this here. Now, this doesn't have to fill up the whole thing. I can just have it down here. Okay. And have my picture on there. And I could do my text. I could click on these text boxes here. I could resize these if need be, make them a little bit smaller, a little less wide. I can go up here. You guys should know how to work with text. Okay. Oop, I didn't want a shade there. I wanted the actual color here. Okay, this is not what I want. Okay, I'm going to try and make my text blue. I'm going to go to more colors. I'm going to click on a dark blue and hit OK. And there it is. So you can have some fun with this. PowerPoint is really easy. It's like Google Slides, except more features, kind of like Word is to Google Docs. By the way, a little side note, they're having trouble with Google Docs today. So if you're doing any work for any assignment, I don't know if it's been fixed yet, but they've been having some issues. So I mean, having issues. I mean, Google is, not Harper Creek. But you can, once you make a PowerPoint, save it wherever you want. You can save it to your OneDrive, save it to your desktop. I'm going to just simply name mine Rio PowerPoint.pptx. I'm going to save it to my desktop. Okay. And you can just keep making slides. You have to go to insert for your slides. You can keep adding pictures to them, editing your text, and there's lots of other things you can do on here too. So watch any tutorials either I shared with you or ones you can find online. Don't be shy. Just start practicing, trying things out. What I recommend you, there is a handout. I'm going to go to that here real quick. And I'm going to I think I closed that out. Let's see here. Yep, I accidentally closed out my Google Classroom. Just a second. Okay, so we're going to go to computer literacy, go to classwork. We'll go down to and I put on here for this week, finish personal PowerPoint, but it actually begins here before spring break. Now, if you click on view assignment, click on instructions, what's all there? We have the general information about it, what you're going to be making. We have, this is the actual stuff you're going to put on there. You're going to make an introduction slide, personal background, like put like where born, your family or something like that. Slides 3 and 4 are just hobbies and interests. You can put one on each one. You can put a couple on each one. If you like camping, make a slide about camping. If you like soccer, make a slide about soccer. Doesn't have to be pictures of you in it. Just find pictures on the web. Favorite movies, just look up like kind of the movie images. Looks like movie posters online of your 5 favorite movies. Same with TV streaming shows and so on. You got favorite classes. You got, I went over this before, so this isn't anything new. I did this before spring break. So you got all your categories here to make a 14 slide presentation about yourself. So have fun with it. If there's a category on here that you prefer to do something different, just ask me. So if you want to make one, say you don't read many books or magazines or anything, so you want to make one on some other topic for that, or make another one on one of your hobbies and interests or something, that's usually not a problem. Okay. And like I said, there's a sample, and she did hers quite good. Okay. Now these ones use background. You can put pictures on top. You send to back or bring to front. You can have some fun. You don't have to do it that elaborate. Normally we would do animations if we were in class, but I'm not going to require you to do animations. That's where you have the text pop out. It's actually pretty easy to do if you want to do it. Then when you're all done, you just go Google Classroom. You look up the personal PowerPoint 2. You click just file, and then you just drag your PowerPoint in there. Or if you already saved it to if you haven't done so, save it to your desktop if it's in OneDrive. And then from there, you can save it into there or submit. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what I wanted to focus on today. And see, I did close everything else out, so just me up here. I don't know if any of you have any questions about anything. Have you, just jump into PowerPoint. You can't hurt anything. Just start working on it, save, get pictures, just have fun with it. Make, about your favorite movies, favorite TV, hobbies and interest, whatever it may be. If you like to play cards, put it about playing cards. If you do want to substitute something, some people may substitute a slide for their dogs or something, like something about their pets. Some include the pets and the one about themselves personally. The slide about personal background, if most people, that's not an issue whatsoever. But on rare occasion, I've had students that had some pretty sad personal backgrounds, foster care and things like that. So they did not want to talk about their family. So if that's something you choose not to do, that's fine. This is supposed to be a fun and a light project. So if there's anything that's too sensitive or bothers you, no problem. We can easily come up with another topic that you can put on that slide. So thought I'd let you know that. Okay, that's pretty much it. So I appreciate you coming, Sarita and Hanson and Jadi and Matt. Looks like just the four of you stayed here. And I'm not going to I'm going to stop recording.